Uncharted 4: A Thief's End is the fourth and final game in the Uncharted franchise. And in this game, Nathan Drake, he's been retired for a few years, hasn't gone on a treasure hunting adventure in a while, he's settled down with his wife Elena, he has a house, and one day his brother Sam comes back into his life and he needs Nathan's help to find the greatest pirate treasure of all time. And thus we embark on our final Uncharted adventure. Now I was really excited for Uncharted 4, I recently played the first 3 games for the first time, I thought they were all amazing games, so Uncharted 4, it had to go out with a really big bang, this being the final game and all. And did it go out with a big bang? Yes. If you're an Uncharted fan, you're going to jump right into the controls of Uncharted 4. The controls are more or less the same in terms of running, climbing and shooting, and the mechanics do feel similar, but they do feel different, and by different I mean better. The shooting especially is a lot better this time round, it feels more focused and you can move the gun more steadily and it makes it a little bit easier to kill people. The hand-to-hand combat is also a lot better this time round, the punches are quite brutal in this game, you really feel the impact of each one of them. The climbing is pretty much the same as the other games, but it was perfect in the other games, so it's just as perfect if not better in Uncharted 4. Yeah, better than perfect. Makes sense. However, they did add some new elements to the climbing, like you have this grapple hook that you can swing onto certain surfaces and you can swing across ledges. There's also this little pick that you can get where you can jump and you can start clawing up the side of these cliffs that have the certain surfaces. So the climbing is the same as the other games, but there is some new stuff thrown in there and it works and plays perfectly. There is a whole new gameplay element and that is driving. There are scenes where you're full on driving a car. It's nothing particularly special, but it's pretty cool that they threw it in there. So the gameplay all around is amazing, it's by far the best of the series. So how is the story? Amazing also. One of my favourite aspects of the Uncharted games is the story revolving around whatever lost city or treasure that Nathan Drake is going after. And in Uncharted 4 he's following clues all around the world trying to find the greatest pirate treasure of all time. And I was captivated with the story behind the treasure. When Nathan Drake is on the trail and he's discovering more clues about the treasure and what happened between the pirates that hoarded it all, it always had me engaged and it interested me throughout the entire game all the way to the very end. It was really great. Now Uncharted 4 is much deeper than the previous games. Mainly with Nathan Drake, he's still the smart-ass, wisecracking badass that we know and love from the previous games, but he has matured a lot in this game. At the start of this game, he's been retired for a few years, but you can tell he misses the adventure. But he knows that he can't go back to that life because he doesn't want to ruin what he's got now with his wife Elena and his new home. Then his brother Sam comes back into his life and he's conflicted about what he should do. Should he stay at home with Elena and live a quiet, peaceful life? Or should he go back out into the world and go on one more adventure with his brother who he hasn't seen for 15 years? I really liked the character growth of Nathan Drake in this game. Even later on in the game there's a little bit of role reversal in the sense that back in Uncharted 3 people were telling Nathan Drake that it was in over his head and asking him if everything was worth it. And in Uncharted 4 Nathan Drake is the one accusing people of being in over their heads and asking them if it's all worth it. The details like that make me appreciate this game more. I also loved the chemistry between Nathan and Sam Drake. In between cutscenes they'll be walking around and they'll be throwing banter and wisecracks and sarcasm back and forth. You really feel the brotherly connection between the two and I really liked it. Now Uncharted 4 maintains the series tradition of pretty much being a cinematic experience that you play. The graphics for this game are some of the best I've ever seen. The textures, the weather effects, even the characters in their clothes. It is a truly outstanding looking game. Then the action sequences. Now okay, you know the Uncharted moments, the OMFG moments of Uncharted? There isn't really an OMFG moment in Uncharted 4 that matches the level of, let's say, the plane scene in Uncharted 3. But the ones in here are still ridiculously exciting and really intense to play. When these action sequences went down, my jaw always dropped and my heart was always pounding at the sheer awesomeness of them just happening. One difference with Uncharted 4 for me is I got to play online multiplayer because the previous 3 games I got the Uncharted Nathan Drake collection and they didn't come with online multiplayer. But I have played a fair bit of Uncharted 4's multiplayer and I must say it is a lot of fun. Get some friends, play some team deathmatches, it is a blast, go knock yourself out. I don't really have a lot of gripes with Uncharted 4. I mean there are some times where the game gets frustrating, like when there's a lot of enemies shooting at you and you die over and over again, or there's a puzzle that you can't solve. That frustration is in there, but it's not really a gripe, it's just the game being challenging, which is actually a good thing. You can't have the game being too easy now, can you? However, one thing that slightly disappointed me was the Uncharted theme song, you know, the... It's not even in the game. I mean, there's a different version of it later on in the game, but it's not the epic adventurous version. It's not a big thing at all. I'm just disappointed that I didn't get to hear it in this game. I was looking forward to hearing it just one more time. But in the end, Uncharted 4: A Thief's End is an incredible game. The gameplay is amazing, the story is captivating and interesting, the graphics are outstanding, the action sequences are really exciting and really intense, the characters are much deeper than they were in the previous games. If you have a PS4, you have to buy Uncharted 4 and play it because it's one of the very best games out for it right now. And of course, I give Uncharted 4: A Thief's End full marks, 5 out of 5. looking back now, it is actually kind of sad that there's no more Uncharted games coming out, because they are truly the definitive action-adventure experiences to play on the PS4. You can own all 4 games on PS4 right now. If you haven't played them, buy all 4 of them, play them on the PS4, you will not regret it. They are some of the best action-adventure games you will ever play in your life, I promise you. So have you played Uncharted 4 and what did you think about it? And now that the series has come to an end, which game in the Uncharted series is your favourite? Whatever your thoughts are, tell me in the comments below, and if you like this stuff, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.